vaping was actually brought in to cut short the use of smoking. It's not the package that you get addicted to. I remember one of my patients who came out and told me कि शिवजी भी तो करते हैं. If you're going to drink alcohol, you have to go out. But gambling is something that you're doing on your phone. इसमें आपकी privacy maintained है. Sexual education is not something which is very openly talked about. So a lot of people are gaining sexual education about sexuality, intercourse, intimacy through porn.
Doom scrolling, vaping, gambling apps. Modern habits are reshaping how Gen Z lives, connects, and copes. What feels like pleasure often spirals into anxiety, lost time, and hidden addictions. Screens से substances तक, peer pressure से hustle culture तक, mental health का impact deep run करता है. And joining us today is Dr. Madhur Rathi, who's a consultant psychiatrist at Yatharth Hospital and a leading voice on mental health. With expertise spanning digital, behavioral, and substance, he will help us decode how these addictions become prominent and how they shape the life of a Gen Z. डॉक्टर मधुर राठी, वेलकम टू हील इट. हील इट एक ऐसा शो है जो इन्फॉर्म, एजुकेट और एम्पावर करता है बाय डिसेमिनेटिंग द राइट इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट मेंटल हेल्थ टू आवर यंगर जनरेशन. वेरी गुड सर. आज का जो टॉपिक है वो बहुत रेलिवेंट है. वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट डूम स्क्रॉलिंग, वेपिंग एंड अदर एडिक्शंस एज वेल. सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क यू इज, डूम स्क्रॉलिंग हैज बिकम एन एवरीडे रिचुअल इन आवर लाइफ, राइट? Why does it feel addictive even when it makes us anxious?
There is a circuit in our brain which is responsible for reward. जब भी हम कोई चीज़ अच्छी करते हैं या जो कोई एक्साइटिंग चीज़ करते हैं, हमारे दिमाग में डोपामिन रिलीज होता है उस सर्किट में, एंड दैट वांट्स अस, मेक्स अस टू डू इट अगेन टू फील दैट रिलीज, राइट? पहले हमारी लाइफ में बहुत सारी ऐसी एक्टिविटीज़ थी. आप दोस्तों से मिलते हो, फैमिली से मिलते हो, बाहर जाते हो. व्हेन फोन वाज नॉट देयर, सर्किट तो वही थे, राइट? बट नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज there's a small peak of dopamine happening every time we are scrolling, every time we are coming across something that we like, और वो मिलने तक हम scroll करते रहते हैं. So in a way that circuit is being hijacked by doom scrolling. That's why अगर आप normally जो चीज़ को achieve कर सकते हो उसको आप किसी चीज़ के through achieve कर रहे हो, then you develop a dependence on that thing. And phone is something which is always with us. We call it consume carry principle. जो आप carry करते हो अपने साथ में वो आप consume करते हो. Phone we are carrying everywhere. People are carrying it to the washroom also. तो लोग उसको addictive हो गए हैं in a way that they cannot live without it. They are constantly seeking that dopamine rush through it.
Right. So you mentioned a particular term called hijack.
Yes.
Right. So I want to understand how endless scrolling hijack our sense of time, productivity, and specifically for the younger generation I'm asking because उनके पास तो इतनी सारी चीज़ें करने के लिए, like they're busy with the studies, jobs and everything. So this is something that I want to understand.
I generally say कि beyond 18 to 30 is generally the age, 15 to 30 is generally the age जहाँ पे you get exposed to a lot of new things. आपका career shift होता है, आप places shift करते हो, relationships, finances, you get married and you start job. So this is the most productive time for any individual. And productivity is like a cup. You wake up in the morning and you have a particular amount of productivity in your brain. You have particular willpower, you have particular energy to get things done, particular resources in your brain. अगर आप उसको दूसरी चीज़ों में exclude कर रहे हो, अगर आप उसको दूसरी चीज़ों में utilize कर रहे हो, exhaust कर रहे हो, then by the time you reach to the thing that you actually want to do, you feel exhausted, you feel tired. And sometimes we know this कि लोग रास्ते से चलते चलते, रील चलाते चलाते भूल जाते हैं कि मैं कहाँ जाना था, मैं कहाँ पहुँच गया हूँ, मुझे कौन सी बस में चढ़ना था, कहाँ उतरना था. So in a way what happens is we get absorbed into it. We go into a state of hypnosis, a state of trance, that we forget कि हमारे आसपास और कुछ चल भी रहा है, and that affects our productivity automatically.
State of trance, and you mentioned state of hypnosis.
Yeah.
So from here I really want to understand that, is it clinically considered an addiction or is it just a behavioral trap?
As we are evolving, as human beings are evolving, new technologies are coming. पहले जिन चीज़ों को हम बीमारी मानते थे या पहले जो प्रॉब्लम्स हम देखते थे उसको हम डेफिनेटली अपग्रेड कर रहे हैं. विथ न्यू रिसोर्सेज कमिंग अप, वी आर लुकिंग एट newer problems that people are facing. So somewhere, not right now that it is a diagnosis, but it's definitely a behavior which is seen as clinically significant, which is somewhere responsible for a lot of loss of time, loss of productivity, and somewhere as a symptom for other disorders. क्योंकि brain तो वही है, right? उसी brain में सारी चीज़ें हो रही हैं. है ना? तो हम इन चीज़ों को आज इवेल्युएट कर रहे हैं कि टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट दिस कैन बी प्रॉब्लमेटिक. इज इट जस्ट अ सिम्टम? एंड इफ इट इज हैपनिंग एक्सक्लूसिवली, देन दैट इज वेयर वी जनरली कॉल इट एडिक्शन. नाउ टू कॉल एनीथिंग एज एडिक्शन, देयर आर सर्टेन क्राइटेरिया व्हिच नीड्स टू बी फुलफिल्ड. किसी भी चीज़ का, किसी भी बिहेवियर का, किसी भी सब्सटेंस का एडिक्शन होने के लिए हम कहते हैं कि आप उस चीज़ के बिना रह नहीं सकते. आपको विड्रॉल सिम्टम्स आते हैं, आप कॉन्स्टेंटली उस चीज़ को सीख कर रहे हैं, या तो उसको पाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं या उसके इफेक्ट से निकलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. आप दूसरी प्लेजरेबल चीज़ों को निगलेक्ट कर रहे हैं उस चीज़ के चक्कर में. आप अपनी लाइफ की प्रोडक्टिविटी आपकी कम होती जा रही है, राइट, बिकॉज यू आर कॉन्स्टेंटली ऑक्यूपाइड बाय दैट वन पर्टिकुलर थिंग. आपको हार्म दिख रहा है, आपको प्रॉब्लम दिख रहा है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद आप उसको कट शॉर्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हो. दैट कैन बी बायोलॉजिकल, दैट कैन बी साइकोलॉजिकल. एंड धीरे धीरे आपकी जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है या फिर जो इंटेंसिटी है कंजम्पशन की, वो बढ़ती जा रही है. पहले मुझे 5 मिनट फोन चला के ठीक लगता था, अब मुझे वही 15 मिनट, 20 मिनट, 30 मिनट चलाना पड़ता है, तब मुझे सेम किक फील होता है. सो दीज आर द सिम्टम्स आफ्टर विच वी कॉल इट एडिक्शन. टुडे वी आर कॉलिंग इट समथिंग लाइक अ बिहेवियरल एडिक्शन.
The next prominent habit, I'm not sure whether to take it as an addiction or a trap, is vaping, which is considered to be cool and safe.
Yeah.
So is it actually less harmful or another addiction in disguise?
So I was speaking to a addiction expert recently, and he told me that vaping was actually brought in to cut short the use of smoking, to cut short the use of cigarettes. तो उसके चक्कर में e-cigarettes आए. But it has completely replaced cigarettes, and the effect is same क्योंकि उसके अंदर भी nicotine है. It's not the package that you get addicted to, it's the content. तो smoking में भी, cigarettes में भी nicotine था, tobacco था, और vaping में भी nicotine है. It's the effect of nicotine on your body which is problematic. And WHO itself has also said that a lot of companies are coming up with flavors, with colors, with different packaging to entice the Gen Z, to entice the youngsters, but it is as harmful as smoking.
Like I remember, and since I have stayed overseas, there have been flavored vapes of cannabis as well.
Yeah.
Right? And youngsters pose it as something very cool, that they own.
That is one of the factors, na? Because in that age, you want to be seen cool, you want to stand out, you want your individuality.
Right. So another very prominently used substance is cannabis.
Yeah.
It is labeled as a creative fuel, right? So what's the reality of its impact on anxiety and motivation for young people?
I remember when you say creative fuel, I remember one of my patients who came out and told me कि शिवजी भी तो करते हैं, तो हमने क्या गलत किया? I said शिवजी तांडव भी करते हैं, शिवजी बहुत सारी चीज़ें करते हैं, उनकी बॉडी भी फिट है. You're not doing a lot of those things.
Right.
So lot of people give this, we call it rationalization in psychological terms, reasoning to say कि हाँ हम जो behavior कर रहे हैं ठीक है, acceptable है. But cannabis has propensity to increase the dopamine release in the brain to a very large extent. अगर मैं normally exercise करता हूँ और मेरे दिमाग में से 100 units dopamine release हो रहा है, when I'm taking any external substance, वो 100 की जगह suddenly 5000 release होगा, right? वो बंद तो एक ही जगह पे रहा है ना दिमाग में, तो उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? योर ब्रेन विल गेट एग्जॉस्टेड, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ केसेस हैव दिस साइकोटिक ब्रेकडाउन. उनको हेलुसिनेशंस होने लग जाते हैं, उनको आवाज़ें सुनाई देने लग जाती है, उनको पैरानोइया होता है कि पता नहीं कोई मुझे हार्म करना चाहता है, वो अग्रेसिव हो जाता है, उन्हें नींद नहीं आती है. दे डोंट फॉरगेट दैट एक्सपीरियंस एंड दैट हॉन्ट्स देम अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स. सो इट इज़ honestly recommended not to fall in the trap of cannabis, especially अगर you are prone, अगर आपके फैमिली में कोई psychiatric history है, कोई प्रॉब्लम है. Because again, as I said about vaping, धीरे धीरे आपका अमाउंट बढ़ता जाएगा. Anything in moderation is what we recommend, right? अगर आप टीवी भी देख रहे हो तो भी जनरली से कितने घंटे देखना है, बट अगर आप वहीं पे बैठ के वही चीज़ कॉन्स्टेंटली कर रहे हो, then that thing is using you. That thing is consuming you. That is what happens to a lot of people with cannabis also. इसलिए I generally do not recommend anybody. A lot of people try it out of peer pressure, they try it out of curiosity, they try it out of novelty, but then you should know when to stop.
Speaking of which, gambling, porn and hidden addictions are something that I really want to touch base upon.
Yes.
Right. So fantasy sports apps and online poker are everywhere. Do you see gambling addiction rising among the tier 1 and tier 2 city youth?
Definitely. The reason that it is rising is because one, the advertisement is very openly being done. तो वो एक फैक्टर है. सेकेंड फैक्टर ये है कि इसमें आपकी प्राइवेसी मेंटेन है, राइट? अगर आप if you're going to drink alcohol, you have to go out, but gambling is something that you're doing on your phone. using your apps. So nobody would come to know. Same with porn addiction also. Nobody would come to know. So वो जो privacy confidentiality वाला part है, that increases the likelihood of you doing that behavior when you know कि it's not going to go out and nobody's going to tell me about it, है ना? But again, every addiction, it's the same loop in the brain. और गैम्बलिंग में भी क्या होता है, आप पहले दूसरे बार जब यूज करते हो तो आपको रिवॉर्ड जल्दी मिल जाता है. दैट इंक्रीजेस द लाइकलीहुड कि हाँ चलो मुझे मिलेगा. देन यू कीप ऑन डूइंग इट डिस्पाइट लॉसेस. लॉस हो रहे बट आप एक उम्मीद पे अटके हो कि हाँ हमें मिलेगा. बट ग्रेजुअली क्या होता है दैट यू स्टार्ट बीइंग होपलेस. एंड बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आई हैव सीन हैव टेकन debt from people, have taken loans, have sold their properties. So there are so many family consequences, social, financial consequences that people have even ended up to the states of suicidal acts because of the gambling, because of the debts that they have accumulated. So these are definitely things which are increasing in the masses and which are harmful. So it's important that we, find ways to curb this down.
So there have been a lot of studies about porn addiction specifically, and as you rightly mentioned, that it's rarely spoken about, and particularly in a country like India. But I want to understand from a lens of a younger generation or a Gen Z that how does it affects the relationship, self-esteem, and the performance anxiety.
One of the things that porn does is that it gives you unrealistic expectations about your own body, unrealistic expectations about your partner, and unrealistic expectations about the whole sexual experience. A lot of times when people get exposed to these things at a young age, they are formulating an image of the whole scenario in their own mind. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what is normal. And sometimes when they compare it with their current situation, they feel this sense of deficit. They feel that, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not able to do it. Sometimes they feel that my partner is not good because my partner is not cooperating. And they lose the charm of human to human interaction because now their brain is only getting stimulated when there is a device or when there is one particular thing happening which they might be used to. So that is where it takes a toll on a mind which is not very conditioned. And as you know, sexual education is not something which is very openly talked about. So a lot of people are gaining sexual education about sexuality, intercourse, intimacy through porn, which is a very, very wrong place to learn about any of these things.
Right. And we have seen over the years that, a lot of new terms have been coined like breadcrumbing, benching, situationships and all. These are very complicated as well.
Yeah.
And for a Gen Z or for a young mind to traverse through all this, it's even more complicated. Speaking of which, and complications, how much of these addictions, let's say vaping, doom scrolling, gambling, are actually linked with a lot of peer pressure?
They are linked with peer pressure because as I told you that if we want to belong, we want to do those things, except for, I would say, porn addiction, because that is something which happens in complete confidentiality, complete privacy. The other things, if everybody in my group is vaping and either I'm taking active smoke or passive smoke because I want to be there, I don't want to be alone. So gradually a lot of people give in to that pressure. A lot of people, understand that theek hai, kar lete hai, kya hi hoga. And same happens with gambling also, because a lot of time bullying happens if you're not doing the behavior that everybody else is doing. If you're trying to stick to your principle, then it becomes difficult because you will be bullied, you will be outcasted. So that is where peer pressure comes into picture, and that is where it is important to find a group where you feel safety and you feel good enough to take your stand.
Right. Do these addictions share a common link with let's say anxiety and depression, or are they separate issues?
They do, because as I told you, everything arises from the same brain, और brain हमारे पास में एक ही है. So everything which is happening in the same brain, all the neurochemicals, all the circuitry, all the stimuli which are going, right? It is basically in a way shaping our brain. A lot of people have this anxiety, and because of anxiety they give in to these behaviors because they feel क्योंकि वो anxiety peak होती है, you do that one particular thing and you suddenly feel okay, good, ठीक लग रहा है, right? Like say gambling for example. Anxiety है आपको कि यार मेरे पास में पैसा नहीं है तो I want to try doing something. You try doing something, you get it, you suddenly feel good. Next time the anxiety rises, what would you do? You'd go back to the behavior which worked last time. So a lot of times there is a layer of anxiety, there is a layer of depression. हम इनको कहते हैं secondary disorders.
Sir, एक term है rewire, right? There's a constant need for stimulation in the current generation, and because of vapes, apps, reels and everything. So do you really think these things are rewiring our brains?
Definitely. Our brain is the, I would say, most flexible part of our body. Every experience is rewiring your brain. You talk to somebody, किसी का मैसेज आता है, आपको अच्छा लगता है, you seek more of that message. That is a rewiring happening. So every single time, every single thing जो भी हम कर रहे हैं, जो चीज़ अच्छी नहीं लगती हम वो नहीं करेंगे, जो अच्छी लगती है हम वो करेंगे. It is the brain getting rewired and feeding that circuit, telling you, okay, this is something that I should avoid, this is something that I should do. So the memory is getting stored, right? So इसी तरीके से we call it neuroplasticity. The brain is a plastic structure. जो चीज़, जो भी pathway बार बार hit होता रहेगा वो ज़्यादा strong होता रहेगा, राइट. मैं जनरली अपने क्लाइंट्स को एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि कोई ब्रिज है और उसके साइड में बड़ा ब्रिज बन गया, एक 1 लेन ब्रिज था, उसके साइड में 4 लेन ब्रिज बन गया. तो इनिशियली यू माइट गो ऑन दैट 1 लेन ब्रिज for a few days, but once you see this bridge is more economic, this bridge is more efficient, and I'm able to reach faster and the traffic is less, you start using this. ऐसा नहीं कि ये है नहीं, ये यहीं पे है, but you'll still choose this. That way द न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी वर्क्स. जो भी चीज़ आपको ज़्यादा फायदेमंद, ज़्यादा इफेक्ट, ज़्यादा रिवॉर्ड दे रही है, योर ब्रेन वुड गो ऑन टू दैट अगेन एंड अगेन, एंड दैट्स हाउ दिस वन बिकम्स द प्रिडोमिनेंट पाथवे फॉर द ब्रेन. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम द सिग्नल कम्स, वो सिग्नल इस तरफ जाएगा, इस तरफ नहीं जाएगा. सो ब्रेन रीवायरिंग इज हैपनिंग विद एवरी सिंगल स्टिमुलस, एंड दैट इज वाई इट इज important. What type of data do we consume? What kind of people do we hang out with? What type of books do we read? Everything is shaping us in a way.
Right. So, if I may ask, what's the first step to break free of this scroll, vape, repeat?
I say the first step is acceptance. किसी भी चीज़ को चेंज करने के लिए आपको पहले एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा. ओके, दिस इज वेयर आई एम, दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. समटाइम्स वी अंडरस्टैंड कि ये यूज मेरा प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो रहा है ना, कि मुझे करना कुछ होता है, मैं पढ़ नहीं पा रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं सुबह उठते मैं पहले फ़ोन चला लेता हूँ. बाय द टाइम मैं मेरी बुक तक पहुँचता हूँ मुझे एग्जॉस्टेड फील होता है, मुझे ड्रेन्ड आउट फील होता है, मेरी आंखें दुखने लगती है, मैं फोकस नहीं कर पाता हूँ. दीज आर द साइंस विच वी नीड टू वॉच आउट फॉर एंड अंडरस्टैंड, ओ दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लमेटिक बिहेवियर एंड आई नीड टू प्रायोरिटाइज कि मुझे पढ़ना अगर है तो पहली चीज़ आई शुड बी डूइंग दिस, देन आई शुड सेट आउट अ टाइम फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग. तो अगर आप एक्सेप्ट करोगे कि दिस बिहेवियर इज लीडिंग टू सोशल प्रॉब्लम्स, लीडिंग टू एकेडमिक प्रॉब्लम्स, लीडिंग टू इंटरपर्सनल प्रॉब्लम्स, then you would be able to take a step. The step can be you cut it down, you cut down the use. Sometimes you go cold turkey, sometimes you schedule कितना यूज़ करना है, कब यूज़ करना है, क्या यूज़ करना है. Sometimes you know replace those activities with going outdoor. आप दोस्तों से मिलिए, आप स्पोर्ट्स खेलिए, आप हैंग आउट कीजिए कुछ लोगों के साथ में. That is something that can help because we have to जिसको मतलब डिजिटल डिटॉक्स. अगर आप आपके टाइम में से ये एक चीज निकाल रहे तो टाइम खाली हो गया, एंड व्हेन दैट इज खाली इट विल कम, समथिंग एल्स विल कम देयर. सो अगर इफ यू आर नॉट फीलिंग इट विद समथिंग एल्स, देन यू विल गो बैक टू द अर्लियर पैटर्न बिकॉज द ब्रेन इज ऑलरेडी वायर्ड.
राइट.
तो अगर मैं फोन साइड में रख रहा हूँ, कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरा हाथ अपने आप फिर से फोन की तरफ जाएगा. लेकिन अगर मैं फोन साइड में रख के अपने आप को बोलो कि दिस मच टाइम आई एम एक्चुअली गोइंग आउट, एंगेजिंग विद समबडी, आई एम एक्चुअली रीडिंग अ बुक, आई एम गोइंग टू अ लाइब्रेरी, आई एम गोइंग टू प्ले, तो आपने उस टाइम को फिलअप किया है विद अदर प्रोडक्टिव एक्टिविटीज which would also help your body, which would also help your mind.
So, do you think that only therapy and awareness are enough, or do we need a more systematic change?
See, awareness is the first step, right? हम जनरली ये कहते हैं कि आपको जब पता चलेगा कि that something needs to be changed, that is where awareness comes. Somebody would see this video and realize कि ये चीज़ तो मेरे साथ हो रही है, so maybe I need to evaluate. Then they might go to a psychologist, they might go to a therapist to understand कि okay, शायद मैं एंग्जाइटी की वजह से कर रहा हूँ, सो हाउ डू आई वर्क ऑन दिस थिंग, राइट? एंड थिंग्स कम टू अ साइकेट्रिस्ट. हम जनरली ये कहते हैं, वी टॉक अबाउट बायोसाइकोसोशल मॉडल, बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स, साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स, सोशल फैक्टर्स. पहले सोशल फैक्टर्स हैम्पर होता है, साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स हैम्पर होता है, उसके बाद में जब चीज़ें बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है तो बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स हैम्पर होता है, राइट? तो बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स क्या है? भूख नहीं लगना, फोकस नहीं कर पाना, नींद नहीं आना ठीक से, चिड़चिड़ापन होना, बिकॉज दिस इज बीइंग ड्रिवन बाय द ब्रेन. If these factors are there, then we say that okay, medicines might be required. We might have to address biological things with biological intervention. इसके नीचे जो भी anxiety की अगर layer है तो psychological interventions like therapy. So for every single thing there's a plan and we have to evaluate. But it definitely starts with awareness. क्योंकि बहुत लोगों को पता ही नहीं कि इस चीज़ का नाम क्या है. Once you name something, it becomes easier to treat it.
What's one practical everyday hack Gen Z can use to resist peer pressure without feeling left out?
I think we need to develop assertiveness. Peer pressure, assertive अगर आप है, taking your stand, sometimes that might have consequences because you don't feel a sense of belonging. But आप अकेले नहीं है. There are a lot of people who are doing these activities because of peer pressure. So if you can find another peer group, if you can find another set of people who are in the same boat, you can form a new group. And as I said, talking to your parents, talking to your elders, this is something that can help when you feel that you're doing something which you don't want to do, and identifying कि कौन सी चीजें हैं जो मुझे लगती है, because हमारे सबके दिमाग में एक रडार होता है जो बोलता है कि यार ये आई एम नॉट वेरी हैप्पी विथ me doing this behavior. So we have to listen to that, we have to acknowledge that, and then figure a way out.
Right. So we are now reaching the end of this episode, and it has been a very enlightening journey. With this, I really want to ask a very last question. Do you think Gen Z will be the generation, right, to normalize talking about addictions and actually accepting addictions as they have done for anxiety and depression?
I think definitely we are definitely counting on them. We are definitely saying कि क्योंकि जैसे now mental health nomenclature, mental terminologies have come to everyday use, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Bad thing because people are self-diagnosing. Good thing because people are not feeling the stigma to come out and seek help. Same thing, I suppose, should happen with addiction. I hope this reaches out to a lot of people. And I have a message for the Gen Z. I have a share actually कि दुनिया के लिए मिसाल रखो, अच्छे लोग संभाल रखो, दुनिया को ज़रूरत है अच्छाई की, सुनो तुम अपना ख्याल रखो.
क्या बात है. And with this note, we would love to conclude this episode. Thank you so much, Dr. Madhurati.
Thank you.
It was pleasure having you here at Heal It.
Thank you so much for having these important conversations, because I think everybody needs to hear this voice.